Hi, welcome back to Wrestling Fun with Father and Son. I'm Father Matt, and this is Son.
Hi.
On Smackdown this week, Robert Roode got a close-up view of the announcer's desk, The Fiend got a new toy, and Daniel Bryan gets an extreme haircut. This is the Out of the Blue Smackdown review. Smackdown, 28th of the 11th, 2019, the last one of November, and then we're into the Christmas month of December, Kai. Started off with Roman Reigns coming out and doing a bit of a promo where he thanked the Survivor Series team, namely Ali, Strowman and Gable. He did not thank King Corbin though. He said that Corbin was a bit of a dummy and that he wasn't going to give him any thanks, and instead that Corbin should be thanking them, and he called out Corbin, who then came out. He did a promo who said basically that the Survivor Series team only won because of his strong leadership. There was a Reigns challenge Corbin to a match that didn't really happen. All that Corbin said was basically you'll face my minion, which being Robert Roode, and that is what happened. Robert Roode versus Roman Reigns. Midway through this match, Ziggler got involved because Ziggler and Corbin were down the ringside. Ziggler pulls out Roode to try and make the save. Roman Reigns goes out of the ring to Superman punch to take out Ziggler. Then Corbin throws in his scepter. Robert Roode grabs the scepter. Corbin jumps up on the apron to distract the ref, only for then Reigns to sort of take out Corbin and then take out Robert Roode and get the win. And after the match, Ziggler and Corbin tried to attack Roman Reigns. It didn't really kind of happen. Roman Reigns fought back, took them out. Then Robert Roode got involved in the mix, and then he went straight through the barricade with a spear, and then he got a couple of chairs thrown on. The announcers' chairs got thrown onto Robert Roode, and then the announcers' table got picked up and tipped over onto Robert Roode, and that was how they ended that. Then we had our first Fireflies Funhouse. There was a couple of Fireflies Funhouse during the show, and it was also the main thread of the show was Daniel Bryan and The Fiend. The first one was basically that Bray Wyatt introduced a new title for The Fiend, which you can actually buy if you've got $6,500. So I've seen on Facebook. Yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's a brilliant title. It's just basically a stretched out version of the Fiend mask in a title. It's okay. We'll see what happens with that title. We haven't actually seen Bray Wyatt on the show with the blue title. He's only been in backstage Firefly Funhouse sequences, so we don't really know if he's going to have the blue title and the Fiend's going to come out with his title for matches, but we'll have to see what happens. And then Bray Wyatt then challenged Daniel Bryan again and said he wanted to play with Daniel Bryan again. Obviously,
so that might be a match at TLC.
Possibly. We'll get to that when we get to the end of the show. Next, Ali versus Gulak. They're basically a quick win by Ali. After Ali's entrance, there was a video. Somebody is putting the locker room on notice and making a return soon. Who is it?
Sheamus.
Yep, Sheamus. Haven't seen him for a while. I think he's been cleared for a while, but they look like they're finally now introducing him back. Obviously, I think he had a concussion issue. Oh no, it was something to do with his. I think it was something to do with his spinal stenosis, because it's well known that Sheamus has got spinal stenosis, but he can kind of function with it more than what Edge can. So I think it was something to do with that. There was a talk that his career might have been over, but obviously that's not going to happen. It looks like he's working heel as well, so we'll have to see. Sasha Banks, Bayley come out. They did a promo, a bit like the Reigns promo, but this time it's a little the reverse. They were saying about the Survivor Series loss, and the locker room let them down. They dissed all the women, only for them to diss Lacey Evans in turn. Lacey Evans come out. She did a promo where she was working a fan favourite, and she said she's basically making excuses for the fact that you're not real women, and that a real woman should be the locker room leader, only for then Sasha Banks to get in her face, deliver a woman's right. Lacey Evans delivers a woman's right to Sasha Banks, and that was how we ended that. So it looks like Lacey Evans is going to go for the title at some point. Then we had a backstage, or attempt at a backstage interview with Dan Bryan. The interviewer asked him a question, didn't get the chance to answer because the Fireflies Funhouse come back again with Huskus the Big Boy, who's eaten too much over Thanksgiving, only for them to do another remix version of the Muscle Man dance, Kai. It was like a rap version with Huskus the Pig. and yeah, it was okay. I don't think it was as good as the first one. It's not as funny as the first one. Then they went back to Brian being interviewed. He didn't really say anything. But that then gets sort of followed up later on. Then we had Sonya Deville with Mandy Rose versus Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross got the win. Rose and Sonya Deville were doing a beatdown of Nikki Cross, only for another person to make a in-ring return, or should I say a return. Who is it?
Alexa Bliss.
That's it. Alexa Bliss come out to make the save, so she's now back as well after a little while. Then we had another backstage sort of sequence with Daniel Bryan, this time with The Miz, and he said, "Is it worth it to face the Fiend again? And the Fiend will change you." Then we had the New Day come out. They did a promo about the Open Challenge. It got answered by Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn does this every time he tries to do the same thing, tries to interfere. This time he got the pancake plate. Referee spotted him, ejected him for the building. That then caused a distraction, and then the New Day got the win. And then we got to the main sequence of Smackdown. Daniel Bryan came out to do a promo where he said that the fans had changed him. That he thought the Yes Movement was dead, but the fans had sort of resurrected the Yes Movement, and that he asked the fans, "Should I accept the challenge?" Big massive yes chant. Daniel Bryan then gets involved in it. He's then back doing the yes chant only for the Firefighters Funhouse to appear on the screen again. Basically, it says that he will remove Daniel Bryan's mask and reveal his true form, and that he said he wasn't a liar, and he will reveal the new face, because they've all been hinting about this new face, only for the lights and the shutdown of Smackdown. And then the Fiend appears from where this time?
Under the ring,
yeah.
like Seth.
Yeah, he came straight through the ring, dragged Daniel Bryan into the ring, and then proceeded to sort of rip his hair out, give him an extreme haircut, sort of pulling out his hair. So I'm wondering if Daniel Bryan's now going to be seen with a new haircut. I think that's what's going to happen there. He has had short hair before because he cut his hair off for charity. I'm wondering if he's now going to have a new sort of shorter haircut now. Also, this new face, what's that all about? Does that mean that Daniel Bryan's the new face of Bray Wyatt and the Firefighters Funhouse? Is he now going to change him? I can't see him like changing him to be like one of Bray's minions. Yeah, that's it, the chest chant. I can't see that happening, but we'll have to see. So there was no new characters or anything like that, no new mask or anything like that. I just think it's sort of, I don't know, I just think it's kind of like, what do you call it? It's sort of, just sort of symbolic thing when they say it's about a new face. Anyway, that's SmackDown. Post Survivor Series, it wasn't too bad. It was okay. That sort of thread of the Bryan Fiend was quite cool, and I thought it was quite good. Yeah, so they've got a lot to build on there with Bryan, and I look forward to seeing what happens next week with the Fiend. And I think they're doing it a little bit better with Bryan and the Fiend this time, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, the next video will be the Rawsome review and AEW's Explosive Elite review. That'll have to be on Thursday, so it's a little bit later this week, just the way it's gone. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. So if you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. So I'll say goodbye, and say goodbye, Kai.
Bye.
Goodbye.